Coastal decor is one of my all-time favorite types of decor. It just invokes so many memories of beach trips. And I love trying to incorporate souvenirs and mementos and small decor pieces into my design, into my decor design. The easiest way to make something, it's so quick, is where you're going. Look for cards, look for postcards, look for, illustration cards. They're cheap if you don't have a lot of money for souvenirs, which I rarely have any money for souvenirs, so I have to try to get the most bang for my buck. But I do want to get a few souvenirs so that I could look at these things sometimes in the dead of winter and remind myself of sunnier days, of beautiful memories on the beaches, all across the East Coast. These are memories for Martha's Vineyard. I went to Martha's Vineyard, 2006 and 2007. So wow, it's been like 18, 19 years. And I picked these up on Martha's Vineyard. They were like $5 a piece. They're actually cards that you could, write something in and send to somebody. But I thought they make beautiful decor. So I got 2 of these. I got the birds of the New England coast and the shells of the New England coast. And I got Dollar Tree frames. These are actual Dollar Tree frames. Back in the day, a score ago, 20 years ago? I don't know. It hasn't been that long. But yeah, these were only $1. And I just popped them in these frames, and they've been in these frames ever since. I have this really, really pretty kind of weathered lantern basket, and you could burn a candle in it. I've only ever burnt a tea light, and even that made me nervous. I don't know that I would burn a real candle in this, only because I have burnt candles in vessels that were safe for burning that have caught on fire. So we're not going to do that. I do want to do a coastal look with this, because this looks totally coastal. I want to say I got it at Michael's years ago. But I don't want to do anything permanent to it, because I do use it for other decor throughout the year. So let's see what I can do to make this look a little more beachy without doing anything permanent to it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these, and I don't have the batteries right now. I will get batteries and show you what it looks like lit up. But this is from a 3-pack at Dollar Tree. It feels waxy, like it feels like a real candle. I'm going to place that in there, because I know it's not going to catch on fire. It shouldn't catch on fire. Better not catch on fire. I have these 2 really cute picks I got at Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99. I don't believe their picks ever go on sale. I could be wrong, but I don't believe I got these half price, and it was during the week when the florals were half price. But it doesn't matter, $3. It's still very pretty, and it kind of has that beachy look to it. Kind of like that weathered sea salt hit my leaves kind of look. So we're going to use these picks, and we're just going to place them into the lantern. So I just kind of fluffed them out a little bit, and I think I'm going to put them, I want them behind the candle, but I don't know, this, oh my god, my hair is on everything. I don't think I like them behind this. I don't know, let's see, do I like them behind it, and do I like them in front of it? What do we think, people? What do we think? Oh, well, it's falling. I gotta secure that in better. Yeah, Chris. Okay. See, like I said, so do we like it like this, or do we like it like this? Okay, I am thinking I like it like this better. You can still see the rope in the back, but I just think it looks prettier here. And all you have to do is take the candle out. Yeah, these will pop out. You just pop them back in. I think they look beautiful. And when you want to light the candle, like I said, you just pull it out, and then you might have to floof it back up a little bit, but that's no big deal. They're picks. I didn't cut them apart, so they're very easy to put back into place. But we need one more finishing touch, I believe. Now, have Anybody that's ever been in the beach has seen these seashell necklaces. I've had this since I was a kid. I got it in Wildwood, and I've had it, oh my god, I think I paid $1 for it. Yeah, I want to say I've had this maybe 40 years, maybe 30. I'm going to say closer to 40. But these shells are great. I think I did wear it a few times, but they're actually a beautiful way to drape onto, I think, just kind of stick this in here, like let it curve down a little bit and let it drape. Okay, maybe I want this curve to be a little bit shorter so that it kind of makes it drape like that. Yeah, I'm liking that better. You could also take these and cut the string off if you want a bunch of little seashells for a jar or something. They're so cheap. Last I remember, I think they can't be more than a couple dollars. But I think that looks so pretty. So what do you think? Pretty coastal? I think so. Paint things in coastal colors to give it an upgrade. This basket was from Avon. I got that years ago, and it was brown, and I do consider browns, whites, and grays to be your more elegant coastal colors if you're looking for a more elegant contemporary look. And I also painted this carafe because you can find carafes for super cheap, and spray painted carafes, they just look so pretty. And this basket, again, I gave it an upgrade. In my opinion, I painted it white, and you're going to notice in my next project that this carafe fell because while I was painting, you can't see, but there was a giant skunk back there, and I freaked the F out, and I went running in the house, and I was like, why is this skunk in my yard? So it kind of screwed up my paint job, but oh well. So for this carafe, I'm taking some extra rope I had from some kind of, it was a belt. It wasn't even like a craft thing, but it's amazing how much you could utilize it. Now you see the paint was a little chippy in the back, but that's okay. I just took the rope and I glued it to the back and pressed it in there to make sure it was pretty stuck on there before I started wrapping it around. And then I began wrapping the string around to kind of, give it just a little more of a coastal look, like ropes, nautical. Ropes are a huge nautical decor item. Yes. So it was that easy. And then why am I doing that? I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay, I don't know. I haven't watched this video in a while. But, oh, okay, I was just making sure it was on there good, I guess. I guess that's what I was doing. I don't know. And then I wanted the ends to be in the back, so I trimmed it and I glued it to keep it in the back. You could have went the whole way up to the top with the rope. I just used what length of rope I had, and the sky's the limit. It's your project. Do what you want. Make it how you want, ladies and gents. Just do it. So now that we have this beautiful nautical vase, let's add some seagrass looking stuff to it. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It was 40% off. $10.99 was the price, so take 40% off of that, and I think it was like $6 something. It reminds me of the grasses you see around watery areas like lakes and bayous and bays and oceans and marshes and all the water stuff. It's very elegant, very beautiful. So for under $10, we made this homemade, beautiful, beachy, coastal decor piece with a carafe, a rope belt, some spray paint I already had, and a 40% off thing from Hobby Lobby, floral thing. It's beautiful and classy. Another interesting piece that you could use for anything is one of these wagon wheels, or I don't know what, I don't know what the right name is. I call them wagon wheels. They just remind me of the old stagecoach wooden wheels. I've had this for years too. I want to say 23 years. And it was outside for most of that time, but I brought it in because it's definitely getting worn and torn. And I do eventually want to do some kind of decor on it, but I'm holding off right now because I'm not sure what I want to permanently add to this. And I've been tending to go over the top with my decor, and sometimes I just want things to be a little more neat and clean. So I'm just putting this as part of my coastal decor. It looks like, I mean, you can look, that's the captain's ship's wheel, the steering wheel. Aye, matey. Okay, shut up, Chris. But it is weathered. And, I mean, you can find these still. You can find them in antique shops. You can find them, I think, regular hobby stores and craft stores might even sell these. And, I mean, some of them are cheap. Some of them, I mean, you're going to pay a little bit more for it. It's an investment piece. But, I mean, it just, I don't know. I just love the look of it. I got this weathered looking tray from Temu for like $5. So we're going to add some free and cheap coastal decor to this tray. So here is one of the easiest ways to make your own seagrass. Grow your lemongrass. Yes, lemongrass. Put lemongrass in a container of dirt and just let it go wild. It gets tall and it dries beautifully. This is lemongrass. This is how it dried. I just trimmed it. I tied it together with a rope. I put it in a vase to let it dry with no water, and it just dried this beautifully, and now it looks like seagrass. Remember the pasta jars that were really big for a while? Those jars that had the dried pasta in it, the multicolored pasta. They're beautiful. I had that for the longest time. Did I eat the pasta that was in it? Hell no. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. We don't know how long it's been in there. But this had wheat on it. It was a pasta. It was filled with red, green, and all kinds of colored pasta. I'm going to use this as a vase for my seagrass. I also had this, I don't even know if it's like a eucalyptus looking pick. I've had this for a while, and I'm thinking, you know what? Let's add it to the seagrass, see how it looks. We're gonna build an arrangement by layers. That looks pretty. That looks pretty just as it is. It looked pretty with just the seagrass, but I have to always be extra. So we added this, but we're not done. I had these wicker kind of bamboo kind of picks left over from a Pier 1 arrangement from years ago. Let's put these to use. Why not? They've just been lying around. Oh, they look nice in there too, don't you think? I think it's beautiful just as is, but I do have one other thing I'd like to add to this vase. I have this long pick of, like, I don't know, they look like sea-washed, salt-washed flowers, and I think they look pretty in there. I don't know what they're called, but yeah. Okay, I think that's enough. It's very pretty. Each layer has its own unique characteristics that make it a very elegant coastal floral arrangement, if you will. But again, as you've seen how I built it, you could just leave it with, you don't have to do all these layers. You could add layers, you could subtract them if you think it's too much. But this is really simple and again, very, very affordable. I had the jar, I grew the lemongrass and dried it myself, and I just used some random picks and florals I had lying around. This is a mollusk shell, I want to say, from Key West. When we went down to Key West, I did want a conch shell, but I was afraid to put one in my suitcase. So this mollusk shell is very sturdy and very beautiful, and it's a memento that costs under $5 and reminds me of my trip to Key West. I also took a jar And my kids and I, when we were down at Wildwood Crest, we found all these razor clam shells, and I just put them in this mason jar, and it just looks beautiful, rustic, coastal, and it was free. I mean, hello. You could get so many free things at the shore, and they make beautiful decor pieces. And half the fun is finding all the treasures on the beach, beach combing, and things like that. So this is another great memory of a trip with my kids to Wildwood Crest. Another beachcombing treasure I found was that starfish. So I glued it onto the basket, and then I'm just going to put a Dollar Tree flameless candle in there. And look at that display. Very elegant, very affordable, and very coastal, shabby chic. I took these Dollar Tree greenery bushes that kind of remind me of like aquarium plant life, and I took another weathered tray, and I found this jar at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. I took some Cape May stones from Diamond Beach that my kids collected over the years, as well as some little decor seashells, and I put them in this jar with those greeneries. I found this starfish hanging thing at Big Lots, RAP Big Lots, but that one little starfish fell out, so I'm just going to put it in the tray and display it. Again, very, very cheap, and utilizing a lot of the beach combing treasures I've found over the years. Wire baskets are another very nautical, coastal looking thing. Kind of reminds you of lobster traps and the crab traps and river rocks. This is a seagrass basket I had. I just kind of threw it there and put some like sea salt leaves in it just to kind of finish it, because I did not have a lot of money to do this coastal decor idea, and I still was able to make something beautiful with very cheap items. Here's a little bit more. These were picks I got at Hobby Lobby. I put them in a liquor carafe. The tea lights just make everything look very pretty. And now let's add some light to it. Very, very elegant and coastal without costing very much money at all. And you could build from this year after year after year with every vacation you go on. Here's a few more treasures, including some shells I've collected. And I made that in another video. And there we go. Some coastal decor just in time for my end of summer beach trip. I thank you for watching. I'm glad you stuck around. I really appreciate it. This is a blast to have fun decor ideas and sharing them. I don't know how to talk right now because I'm very tired. We're getting ready to go tomorrow to the beach. Hurricane Erin hit Wildwood, New Jersey, but by the time we get down there, everything should be pretty much back to normal. I'm sure there's going to be some issues, but nothing like it was the past few days. So thank you for watching, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe and join the Chrissy's Haven family, and I will see you again soon. Ciao.